Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have for the very first time, I know, right, the North Face, and I have it for the first time, which is surprising because North Face is a fantastic brand whenever it comes to the outdoors. Let's open up the box and see what we got, because we have their very popular hiking shoes, North Face Ultra 111 waterproof hiking shoes. And let me tell you, when there's something ultra in the name of the hiking shoe, hiking boot, it's got to be something serious. So let's take it out of the box and we're gonna start talking about it. So overall, if you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me tell you guys, excellent shoe, very good, great comfort, decent waterproofing, overall fantastic outsole. We will talk all these details in great detail later. So if you really are serious about buying the shoe, stick around. $130 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. I think overall it's a pretty fair price. The only thing I'm gonna tell you guys, they do run on the bigger side, so you don't have to get half size bigger. You probably even wanna get it less than your normal shoe size, maybe half a size smaller, because they do run pretty big. Other than that, great buy. But if you're serious about buying this shoe, I would recommend sticking around, because this review is not any regular kind of shoe review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival shoes section. Yeah, so basically, if this wasn't just your hiking shoe, but I mean, you were doing some serious surviving in this. You were walking for miles, you were running along the way, you were climbing, you were fighting, you were doing everything that's necessary for your survival. Would this be a good shoe for that? Well, obviously, also, would this be good for hiking? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, comfort level, of course, one of the most important ones. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, non-stop, and then a 5-mile walk, no pauses in between, and then I continue wearing the shoes for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. Like I said, I love the comfort level of the shoe. There are a few factors that contribute to that comfort. Let's start with the first one, being the weight. So, this is size 10, and the size 10 is 15.4. Excellent weight for a hiking shoe. Now, whenever it comes to the shoes, not boots, shoes, I am looking in the mark somewhere around 15 ounce. The more over 15 you go, the heavier. Obviously, the less than 15 is you're gonna feel lighter. But overall, to get a good shoe, balanced, especially waterproofing with a good protection, you are looking around that 15 mark. That's like a golden. For boots, mid-size boots, I would say around 20. For full-size boots, I would say around 25. For trail running shoes, I would say around 10. Okay, so 15 ounce for a hiking shoe that has pretty good protection. Again, we will talk about the protection later. But that has waterproofing, we will talk about it later. 15 is really good. Okay, another factor that contributes to the comfort level is the flexibility of the outsole. And here, as you can see, it's not flimsy. Don't get me wrong, it's not flimsy, but it's just flexible enough in case if you do need to run in these, or maybe you're using them as a trail running shoe, which is really not that bad. Honestly, if you prefer a decent amount of protection and waterproofing in your trail running shoe, this is really good. You can run properly in these shoes. Okay, let's move on to the next factor that contributes to the comfort, inner sole. Let me take it out and I'm gonna show it to you. Overall, nothing too crazy. Oh, it's not, I mean, it does have very good shape, really good shape. As you can see, good arch support, good heel bed, overall decent cushioning, but for the most part it is pretty flimsy. Okay, so really it does not, all this shape that is really good doesn't really play that much of the role, because overall this is pretty flimsy. However, keep in mind, once you remove it, there's another layer of jelly cushioning which adds up, and combined with the two, overall creates a very nice, comfortable feel. Speaking of the comfortable feel, we have padding, not too much in the tongue. We have some padding in the shaft, in the heel, and going throughout the whole shoe, you have a pretty good layer of cushioning. Keep in mind the front of the toe box is, because it's reinforced for protection, is a little bit hard, but again, you know, whenever you're getting hiking stuff, outdoor stuff, you want to leave a little bit of space at the front between your toe and the front of the toe box from the inside for ultimate comfort. Just keep that in mind. So overall, on the comfort level, I am very impressed. Great shoe, great job, North Face. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, proofing and protection. Like I said, these are waterproof. This is dry vent waterproofing technology, which is the North Face's waterproofing technology. It's pretty good. It does the job. As you can see, the tongue here is gusseted. Not much of the waterproofing clearance, honestly. Let me get my ruler so I can show you how much of the waterproofing clearance we have. About 3.5 inches. And let's see. Yep, about 4 inches in the gusseting. So lowest part of the shaft is 3.5 inches. That's how much clearance you have, which is, I mean, fine for hiking shoe. Personally, I really don't care for waterproofing shoes. If it's the boots, at least mid-size, then I'm like, okay, we can have a waterproof, that would be good. But in the shoes, there's just not enough clearance to me personally. But if you do prefer it, well, you have that. Let's talk about the proofing. As already mentioned, there's this very nice cap for the protection. This is great, guys. I mean, if you're getting something for a more or less decent, serious hike, not like you're, you know, hiking a park flat here in Florida, you know, but a little bit more serious, where there's some rocks, where there's some sticks hanging around, you do want something like that for protection of your toe. This is great, even though it's still soft, so it's not like you can drop 10 pounds on your toe and you're not gonna feel it. You will feel it, all right? Don't drop anything on your toe. But rocks, sticks, going through some weird terrain, this is gonna be great. Obviously, you don't have any protection in the ankles. This is a shoe, not a boot. You do have a reinforced heel, and you have plenty of protection from the outsole. We will talk about the outsole later. So, proofing-wise, waterproof. Protection-wise, pretty good for a shoe. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Quality wise, I mean, who doesn't know the North Face? Honestly, I'm surprised that this is my first review. I've been doing this for so long, and just now I'm getting the North Face shoes because it's a popular brand. I had plenty of things from North Face, not the shoes, not the boots. This is the first one, and I mean, honestly, I kind of regret not reviewing it earlier. This is fantastic. This is great. And you can judge by the reviews on Amazon as well. Amazon link is in the description below. It's almost like 400 reviews and almost 5 stars. So people do like these quite a lot. And I mean, you can definitely see why. Now, speaking of the design features, usually I talk about the lacing system here. Here, the lacing system was designed to save weight. There's not much going on. Just your fabric hooks, couple of rings here and there for reinforcement, but overall pretty good. I do like the strings. They're nice and thick and firm, just like I like them, because it makes it much easier to tighten your shoes, to put them on and take them off. Overall, I am happy with that. Let's move on to the criteria number 4, outsole, traction and stability. So whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. I start with older asphalt, then go into the newer tarmac, then wet sand, dry sand, wet grass, dry grass, rocky road, trail surface, concrete, rubber, marble, tile, so plenty of different surfaces. And this outsole is fantastic. It's really, really, really good. It has perfect balance of aggression and flatness. You can throw anything you can find on the trail, and this will handle very, very well. Overall, I'm very impressed with this outsole. The very thin layer on the main outsole layer, right, is a very good quality rubber, so it's not flimsy. These grooves right here, they are very hard, which is great because it definitely contributes to your balance, to the stability, to the traction as well. And I mean, across all of the terrains that you could walk with this, whether it's sandy terrain or whether it's, you know, moist, grassy terrain, handles excellent. Obviously, there's no point to talk about, you know, ice and snow, and actually let's move on to the next criterion, which is the temperature. Pointless to talk about winter because this is a shoe. Yes, it's waterproof, but it's still a shoe, so I'm not gonna even mention ice, snow, because it really doesn't really make much sense. But in the hot weather, Very nice, very breathable, which is surprising because these are waterproof. Usually waterproof stuff is not that breathable, but this is pretty breathable, so very nice. I was testing them here in Florida, about 100 degrees outside, and I did not overheat at all. So really, really nice in a hot temperature. 3 season easily. I mean, you can use them in the winter, just keep in mind snow. This will get in and you'll get wet, so you don't want that to happen. Let's move on to the criteria number 6 really quickly. Sizing, like I said in the beginning, they do run on a bigger size, so you don't have to get them half a size bigger. I would probably even go half a size smaller, but just get your normal shoe size and then go from there. That's why I like Amazon. You get it, it doesn't fit you right, you replace it, you send it back, no problems, no questions asked. So Amazon link is in the description below. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 7, balance of application. So, if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, would this be good? Honestly, if you prefer shoes for your survival situations, for your hiking, for your outdoor stuff, you're gonna love this. As long as you get them in the right size, you're gonna love this. They're lightweight, but at the same time, they provide excellent protection, excellent outsole. I mean, as good as it gets of an outsole. And overall, very, very comfortable as well. Great lacing system. I really don't have any complaints here. Really, I can't find anything to complain. I mean, to me, the only thing is like I would not get something like this because to me, having a waterproof shoe is a little bit pointless. If I'm going waterproof, I'll get a mid-size boot. If I'm going shoes, I'll probably get something non-waterproof because I would rather have it dry up faster because it most likely will get wet anyway because there's such a low clearance. But again, if you guys prefer a waterproof hiking shoes, this is as good as it gets. Now let's move on to the very last criterion here. Criterion number 8, the price. $130, around $130 currently on Amazon, depending on the color, depending on the size. Definitely fair price, especially for everything you're getting, especially for the quality and the comfort and the proofing and the protection that you're getting. Is there competition in that price range? Yes, there is some really serious competition in that price range. I mean, we're talking La Sportiva, we're talking Salomon, but this can definitely compete with those brands without any problems. Quality-wise, comfort-wise, this can definitely compete with Salomon, with La Sportiva, with stuff that is in that price range. So I guess it really comes down to your personal preference, your personal fit, brand. You know, some people just, you know, fit better in certain brands. Like for me, it's Salomon. I can't beat immigrant here, can't beat the fit of the Salomon for me personally. It's a very narrow fit. This is a little bit more spacious of a fit, although still very nice and tight, just like I like it, really. As long as you get them in the right size, you're gonna appreciate these. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this review? What do you think about the shoe? If you found this useful, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. It always definitely helps. Sticking around, a lot more videos are coming to this channel, a lot more outdoors videos are coming to this channel, hiking, climbing, camping gear. So I am working hard on this channel to bring diversity. There's a lot of reviews right now for shoes and boots, but I'm gonna bring a lot more content very, very soon, so stick around. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Always appreciate your time. I'll see you guys in the next video.